Oh, so there is more to it. Oh, I thought. Okay, so then I can talk about some politics and everything. Okay, good. So I don't have to move to Super Mario Galaxy because I mean I wouldn't have enough time to set up the Wii system because right now it's already 6. So yeah. Okay, great. Good. Nice. Fantastic. All right. Yeah. What is this? Lair of the Smooch Spiders. Ooh, what's that? Anyway. So I guess the one thing I like to talk about, so as you know with the coronavirus thing going on and everything, there's now the 2020 elections. Oh no, yeah, and also there's the George Floyd protests and everything. And now obviously it's going down to Trump versus Biden. And I will say this though is that like, you know, before I actually literally said that Trump would win if Biden is the nominee. Now, to be honest, after all this has happened, I still do think that Trump would probably win this election. But here's the thing: his chances of winning has decreased compared to how it was before. And I love how the spiders are literally kissing. Look at that; it's so weird. Anyway, I have to just kill these things. Okay, so what happens if they? Oh, okay. So they can't kiss. It's so weird. Look at this. I don't know why. It kind of reminds me of those love bugs. You know how they fly while they mate? That's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. So yeah. So his Trump's chances have decreased, but I still believe he could probably win mainly because of incumbency and of course because his opponent is Biden. Now, because the thing is though is that I did say if Trump was up against any other candidate, he would win against them, even Biden. But now with this whole pandemic and the George Floyd thing, I think if he was up against either Amy Klobuchar or Pete Buttigieg or even Kamala Harris, they would win against Trump because they don't have Alzheimer's or cognitive decline, and they don't have as much baggage as Biden. So therefore, I think they would win against Trump under these circumstances. And yes, even Bernie Sanders, because I did say before that if nothing bad has happened, then Trump would win over Bernie Sanders. I mean, of course, you know, the one thing I was actually kind of afraid was, like, I thought I jinxed it. I was looking at my old videos to make sure if I mentioned that anything can happen, that Biden can win if, like I said, the economy tanks and stuff and everything. I did mention those things. I did say, I was like, I still think Trump would win over Bernie, but I said that anything can happen. Or I said Trump would win over Biden. I said anything can happen. So I looked back at these videos and I did mention that anything can happen. So I'm actually really happy that, oh, look, he kissed me. Or she, I said he. I mentioned a lot of times, I said anything can happen. I mentioned it so many times in my Pikmin videos and sometime in December. So yeah, I was mentioning that, and I mentioned it all this time that anything can happen, like something like this could happen that could make a Biden presidency a reality, and I did say that a lot. And yeah, I might be right. I mean, who knows? I might, but it could not matter. Who knows? Like, Trump might still pull it off because, like I said, anything can happen. Like, because the thing about me right now is that, unlike say 2016, I was like really depressed about the 2016 election. The fact that piece of shit cunt Hillary Clinton might have a chance to actually win the presidency, I was like really upset by this. Now, as for Biden, I mean, he's just bad, but he's not as vicious as Hillary. Like, unlike Hillary, Hillary's an absolute, like, you know, campaign as a warlord and stuff. She literally mentioned a lot about how she would enforce a no-fly zone in Syria. Even during the Democratic primary back in 2019, I haven't heard Biden, like, say any of this. I mean, of course, maybe he is going to. He's just not saying it. Maybe he knows that if he were to say something like that, he would alienate the anti-war people. So, of course, he's laying it low on foreign policy or something. Maybe he would do the same exact thing that Hillary is going to do. Who knows? But, and also the fact that now, because of the COVID stuff, and he's mainly stuck in Delaware, he wouldn't have to talk much about foreign policy. So instead, he just has to keep quiet and not mention anything. So yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe his foreign policy is just like Hillary's, but I don't know. And also, there's the mere fact that there's a slight hope that maybe Biden might die and stuff, because like I said, he's really old. He has some brain problems, so he might die in his sleep or something else, or he might catch COVID. But maybe even Trump might die. Who knows? Because he's also pretty old. He might catch COVID and die. Who knows? So yeah, I'll just say that I'm not as depressed as I was back in 2016. 2016, I was literally depressed with this election. I remember there's this one point where when I woke up, when I woke up back in 2016, I thought I was gonna do a gameplay, but I was so depressed from this election and thinking about Hillary that I literally was like, I can't do it. I'm gonna skip this day. Like, I was that upset. Now, honestly, not so much. Like I said, because I saw how Trump pulled it off back in 2016, and Biden's really old and he might die, and also there is also, I don't really know his running mate, and I hope, as of right now, his choice of a running mate either would be Kamala Harris, Keisha Lance Bottoms, mayor of Atlanta in Georgia, Val Demings, congresswoman of, I think, Orlando, probably, yeah, Orange County or Orlando, in Florida. And surprisingly, Elizabeth Warren. I'm surprised that she's still in his list. Like, he got rid of Amy Klobuchar. I mean, Amy Klobuchar, she claims that, she's taking her off the list because she wants a woman of color. But no, she knew that she wasn't going to get chosen. I mean, she might have, but because of what happened to George Floyd, her being a prosecutor and not prosecuting those dangerous cops, kind of made her very damaging. So of course Biden wouldn't be able to choose her, which is honestly might be good because maybe Trump might carry with like Minnesota. Who knows? Like, it's possible that maybe the George Floyd. Oh, you can't jump on these. Oh, you have to. Oh, I see. Hold on. Yeah, they're platforms. Okay. Yeah, it's possible the George Floyd thing, that the riots that happened in Minneapolis could make the surroundings more red and give it to Trump. Because the one thing I was worried about an Amy Klobuchar running mate kind of thing is that it would guarantee Biden pulling off, getting Minnesota. But now because of what happened, he's not going to choose Amy Klobuchar as his running mate. But the thing is, though, is that because out of his 4 choices, I really hope he doesn't choose Kamala Harris. I mean, of course, it is likely, but maybe, who knows, he might not. If there's something extremely damaging, oh, I see. If there's something really damaging that Kamala Harris has and stuff, as being a California Attorney General and stuff, maybe that could be, oh yeah, okay. That could be enough for him not to choose her, and maybe choose Val Demings. He could choose Val Demings because, like I said, to carry the swing state of Florida, but I don't know. Maybe he might choose Kamala Harris because, more establishment, senator and everything, so yeah. But he could choose Val Demings because, like I said, he might get Florida, but honestly, I'm not concerned of him getting the state of Florida. I feel Florida is more red than it used to be. So, like, him, choosing Val Demings could be for nothing. Like, the state could still go red anyway, but who knows? Maybe not. Maybe it could go blue this time, but thing is, though, is that Florida isn't really a must-win state for Democrats. It's mainly a must-win state for Republicans. If a Republican doesn't win the state of Florida, then it's a lot harder. Oh, shit. No. Oh, come on. Shit. I couldn't get that clock. Do I have to do this thing? Oh, I have to. Okay. Yeah. Florida isn't really a must-win state for Democrats. It's a must-win state for Republicans, because if a Democrat wins Florida, then that's it. The election will go to the Democrats. Because the thing is that I've been watching Obama's re-election, election, the 2008 and 2012 election broadcasts, the election news, I would say. And always when Obama was projected to win the presidency, Florida was never called and stuff. Because the main reason why, because like I said, you don't really need to win Florida. I mean, you do if it. Fuck, please. Yes, the way it was kind of weird. What is this? Ah, I see. Oh, okay, I had to go this way. That's fine. Alright. This is so weird. Come on. Yes! I really don't like this level. It's like you gotta go on these platforms and stuff, but oh well. Yeah, so... Yeah, I just really hope he doesn't choose Kamala Harris. Even my dad hates Kamala Harris. Main reason why, because, you know, she is kind of pro-war and stuff. Like, I remember when she talked, when the criticism of Tulsi Gabbard, she just accused her of being an Assad, like, you know, an Assad puppet or something. Or, no, someone that looks favorable to Assad. I don't know, something like that, but... Yeah, Kamala Harris is a cunt, honestly. I really hope that Biden doesn't choose her as his running mate. I mean, although if choosing her to be a running mate is what makes Biden lose, then that would be good. The thing is that I really don't know. So I'm like, if Biden is guaranteed to win the election, like 100%, then honestly he might as well just choose a running mate that isn't that bad. Of course, I know Elizabeth Warren is on the list, so of course the least worst is Elizabeth Warren, but I really doubt he's going to choose Elizabeth Warren, especially with the Native American ancestry controversy, her being kind of a little left, not as left as Sanders, but still left. He's not going to choose Warren, but I'd be surprised if he does. And actually, I'd be pretty happy too, because, okay, then we get the least worst potential president, which is President Warren, but I really don't think he's going to choose her. He's probably going to either choose, most likely, either Val Demings or Harris. I don't think he'll choose Keisha Lance Bottoms, because, I mean, like, she's a fresh-faced mayor. I don't think he's going to choose something like that. It'd be pretty funny if she was president. You know, President Bottoms. It'd be pretty funny, so, but I really don't think he's going to choose her, honestly. More likely either Val Demings or Kamala Harris. Please choose Val Demings. He could like claim that Val Demings is also great, but he just to get the state of Florida, which would be funny if he doesn't carry the state of Florida, he'd still lose the state anyway and maybe lose the election. Yeah, so I don't know. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see. Please choose Val Demings or Elizabeth Warren. Or Keisha Lance Bottoms. Don't choose Kamala Harris. Another thing also, if you were to choose Kamala Harris, it would make that one video that I made when Kamala Harris drops out, it kind of make it age like milk, because I mentioned in the descriptions about thanking Tulsi for destroying your candidacy. But guess what? She'd be president anyway, so Harris would get the last laugh, because when she becomes running mate of Biden and him being old and stuff, it'd make her de facto president. So it'd make this video that I made just literally age like milk. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But yeah, so there's that and stuff. Honestly, I'd urge you guys not to vote for Biden or Trump, because both of them would be disastrous for both this country and humanity. And, you know, I would say it's better, but if you want to know my opinion, it's better for Biden to lose than Trump to lose the election, because if Biden lost, it increased the chance of, well, I mean, I wouldn't say increase the chance, but it caused accelerationism to happen, so then maybe at some point in life, we might have a progressive down the road, or maybe in 2024, but I mean, I don't know, because, you know, before I literally thought, oh, Hillary Clinton lost the election, now progressive has to be the nominee in 2020, but wow, I was wrong about that. Yeah, apparently it's gonna take a while for something like that to happen, even though with this amount of accelerationism and stuff. Oh, shit. Come on, yes. Alright, got it. Oh, yes. If I could grab that. Yes, I grabbed it. Haha. I didn't really need it, but you know. So, yeah. So, there's that. Like, it's better because if Biden were to win the presidency, then, like, you know, he can impose mass censorship on the internet, because, you know, now I notice that the Democratic establishment and even the corporations that favor Democrats, like YouTube and stuff, they're aware about how the open amount of information influences people on voting and stuff. Like, you know, I heard how they started to ban channels like right-wing channels like Alex Jones, the American Renaissance, even Stefan Molyneux and stuff. Now, of course, I don't watch these channels that much, but what do these channels have in common? They mainly they were highly influential in the 2020 election. They urged viewers to vote for Trump and stuff. So these guys, even though they may hold far-right or extremist right-wing views, they were instrumental in, you know, Trump winning the election. And also, you know, it's quite a shame to what has happened because, like I said, I'm against censorship and stuff. I think censorship is bullshit, especially with like what happened with Stefan Molyneux. Because I don't really watch much of his videos, but I have watched this one interesting documentary about Poland and stuff, about like, you know, the nationalism and everything. And I thought it was pretty good, even though there may be some I disagree. But I do understand that retaining their culture and their way of life and even their nationalism is a way to is the only way to prosper in a way, because if Poland, you know, loses their culture, then it's not Poland anymore. So I really love that documentary, and it's a good thing I finished the whole thing because I kind of stopped somewhere in the end, but I finished it later on. So it's good that I watched the whole thing because obviously now his channel's taken down, and it's a shame, especially and also for Alex Jones and stuff. Oh shit. Like I said, I don't really watch much of their videos, but even though I disagree with their ideas, they have the full right to say what they think. Because like I said, free speech, and this is America, you know, First Amendment and stuff. So it's really sad what happened, but obviously the reason why they took these channels down is, like I said, they're very influential in getting Trump elected. And also because of that, they basically managed to have the planet avoid World War III. And of course, I highly, you know, appreciate what they've done. Because World War III would have been entirely disastrous. And thanks to them, they helped avoid that. Yeah, my voice is starting. I'm still good, but you know. What is this? Just gonna explore. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Oh, fuck, I just gotta figure out where to go. Oh, wait a minute, what if what am I supposed to do? Fuck. Aha, that's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to find something. I knew there was something like that. So yeah, so basically that I'd urge you guys not to vote for Trump or Biden, and I prefer Trump winning the election and Biden losing, because like I said, the more Democrats lose, the more likely it would be for progressives to gain power. But if corporate Democrats win the election, then it would make them more likely to become even more corrupt, and also the Democratic Party is becoming even more Russia-phobic, so I'm afraid, even though I thought we avoided a World War III under a President Hillary Clinton, we might still get it, who knows, but, because I don't know, like Biden might do it. Excuse me. Because President Biden would make way for the corrupt neocons and stuff, you know? Huh. Oh, maybe I have to go this way? Oh, yeah. I have to go that way. Yeah, okay, got it. I like those zippers with a fire. It's pretty interesting. Okay, I got healed up. Anyway, so what should I do next? Oh, fuck. Just figuring out where to go. Jeez. Alright. Oh, maybe I go. Okay, maybe this is a. Oh, shit. Jesus. This way? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it.